Hi, I'm Lena and welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about going back to school as an adult. Before we get started, please click the like and subscribe button. It really does mean a lot. Let's first begin with a little bit about me. I'm 29 years old and I'll be 30 in 3 weeks, more or less. Who cares? I'm not counting. I've been a student since the fall of 2016. That's when I first enrolled in my local community college. Since then, I've transferred to my current university, which is UC Irvine. I do want to tell you that I'm not a grad student. This isn't my second degree. This is my very first bachelor's that I've pretty much neglected to obtain until now. So I've been a student for 3 years now, and I thought this would be a good time for me to document and share my experience on YouTube. So how do I feel about being an adult student? Overall, I feel great. It's one of the best decisions I made for myself, and this is a moment where I could look back on in the future and be very proud of myself, especially because I've never been a good student in high school and junior high, if we're just throwing that in there. My average GPA was always around 2.0, sometimes below, but never better. So being in a UC system it's a bit surreal, and there are moments where I still walk down on campus and feel very accomplished to be there. It just feels very surreal to me. Although I know that bachelor's degree is not like end all be all to having a great career and getting a good job, and which is the same thing. But to me, it's more of persevering through something I was always a failure at and actually being successful at it. However, even though this is like one of my proudest moments, it does have some negatives, and a lot of the negatives have to do with my own insecurities. Being a student at 30 is outside the norm. It's not what is expected of me socially or culturally. What's expected in my culture, or even just today's society, is that you graduate from high school with fairly good grades, go to college right after, and then get a good job by the age 30. But here I am going to school and doing all of that for the first time at 30. So you could see where I get very insecure about the fact that I'm an adult student. Ironically, I thought I'd be more judged on campus by other students because I'm that old person on campus, but that really isn't the case because everyone's been very welcoming, and if anything, they just don't care. So my insecurities definitely have to do with meeting people outside of my comfort environment, which is school, and outside of my social group that may look down upon being an adult student. But that's like the case with any decisions we make in life that goes outside of cultural or societal expectations. Not everyone's going to look at it in a positive way. Not everyone's going to see it through your eyes. There's going to be people who pass like negative judgments towards you because it doesn't go with the norm. This is definitely one of those cases, and I just have to learn to deal with that. But enough about my feelings. Let me tell you why I decided to go back to school. I made the decision in the summer of 2016. I was working in retail cosmetics, and it was the worst job ever. You know, retail cosmetics for me is just another sales job that's overshadowed by the glitz and glamour of makeup. And I hated sales. I sucked at it. I took everything personally. And that's probably why I have my own insecurity even still that I deal with. There was no future for me in retail cosmetics. If anything, I was going to be stuck there for the rest of my life, hating every minute of it, hating my life, and I didn't want that for myself. So what I decided was that I need to go back to school because I wasn't particularly good at anything and I didn't have a skill set that I could use towards a career field. So the only exit out of anything related to sales was going back to school. That's when I started looking into courses. I signed up to take the matriculations test, which in my opinion is the hardest thing about going back to school because that's your first step. And because I hadn't taken a test since like 2008. So after the matriculations test, I went to go see my counselor with my official transcript from the one semester I attended back in 2008. And he pretty much opened it up, crumpled it, threw it in the trash can, and said, "You should just start over." And I was like, okay, that's expected. And he also said, "Expect to be here for 3 years." And I was like, I don't have 3 years. I'm going to be out in 2. But he was right. I was there for 3 years. He also ended up being a very helpful counselor, especially in the transfer process. So I'm very thankful that he was brutally honest. So if you're thinking about going back to school, or if you're already in school, make sure you find a counselor that's super knowledgeable, that's going to help you in the process. The most challenging thing about going from CC to my university is the transition from semester system to quarter system. I'm used to having one semester be like 16 weeks long. Now it's like cut in half and it's so short. It's like, 10 weeks long? Is that including finals? It's a bit overwhelming, but I feel like now at this point in week 7, end of week 7, I've adjusted. But it's not a cruise like it was at my local community college. You get what I'm saying? But UC Irvine as a whole has been a good experience too. It's a significant moment for me, and I do plan on cherishing it and enjoying it as much as I can. I think that's about it for this video. Being a student at an older age, at almost nearly 30, is a different experience, and I'm glad I came back because it provides a different perspective than when I was in school 10 to 12 years ago. Oh, sounds so old. So that concludes my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do plan on doing more school videos like these and also vlogs where I vlog about like my campus and one of those like come with me to school vlogs. I've seen other students do that. So that's something I'm definitely open to doing. And of course, my videos with my dog Basco. I'm actually gonna bring him. My baby. Okay, you wanna say bye? No, aren't you tired? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I'm tired, my baby.